Hey, Mark Rodriguez here. With me are.
Juby Chan, also known as Ninja Juby. And we also have the one, the only, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that's wearing a hat just like this doofus over here.
Oh, the same Vegas? Oh, they don't.
No, it's AEW.
Yes.
Yep. And this
Johnny
episode of
Rodriguez.
Yep. And this episode of the fighting podcast, we talk about fighting games, beat 'em ups, and stuff like that. And this time we're going to be talking about the Mortal Kombat 2 movie that came out recently, and also our expectations of the Street Fighter movie that's coming out later this year. But real quick, I want to go over some of the updates and things, just real quick, and just random thoughts. First of all, for Street Fighter 6, this upcoming week, because I'll get this up before then, Ingrid is going to be the final DLC character for Street Fighter 6. For you guys keeping track, we had Elena, we had Sagat, we had Alex, we had Crimson Viper, but now the final one is Ingrid. And of course, remember, Johnny, because you're a big fan of one of the few fans of Capcom Fighting Evolution, you remember Ingrid, right?
My bad. Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, so now she's in the game. She's official, I guess. But they gave her like, ratty powers and stuff. She's like a, other dimensional being. And she has a new design. But of course, you can still select her original costume and stuff. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she comes out next week. I was gonna play today to see the story mode real quick, just to see what story they're gonna give her. But then, like, oh, she's not available yet. That kind of thing. Now, the other news is that for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, their DLC characters, they had Jai Hoon, which is the Misty Kim Kafan son that was not in the original game.
Which was kind of weird, right?
Yeah. And then I forget who was the other one.
Blue Mary.
Oh, yeah, they had Blue Mary. They brought Blue Mary back. They also brought back Nightmare Geese. So he's, still dead, whatever. But then they brought back Wolfgang Krauser. They made it like that he still survived somehow from Fear Free 2. He has grayer hair and stuff. He's back in action. And then sometime next week, I believe, they're going to release Mr. Karate. But the big surprise is that, the Artifying story and all that stuff, you always assume that Mr. Karate was going to be Ryo. When Tokumo gets older, Ryo is going to be Mr. Karate.
Yeah,
but instead...
It's Robert.
Yes, Robert.
Robert. He is Mr. Karate.
So I think of that one.
Weird.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and he's older. The face is covered up, but the ponytail's kind of gray looking. But he still has the coin. He still does the kicks and stuff. So that's interesting.
But is he still cute?
I don't know, but I'm gonna reveal the mask or not. But then the big shocker is, well, I don't know if you remember. Yes, Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star, a classic anime character, is going to be the final character for the DLC. Yeah, so that's going to be a big one. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that one, though, but it's a popular show. But yeah, well, basically it takes place in a like apocalyptic future
world.
Yeah, and he does martial arts stuff, and every time he beats up someone and stuff, like the people blow up.
Or like hit the pressure points and all that stuff. And you die.
Yeah, so I don't know how it's gonna work in Fatal Fury because we're not gonna have no Terry and Mike blowing up. I don't know how that.
Yeah, he can't be killing anyone in that game.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that Kenshiro should be in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
You think he should be a guest character in that?
Yes. So the final news right now is that Dead or Alive 6 is coming back, Johnny. They're gonna release Dead or Alive 6 last round. It's coming sometime this summer. But the weird thing is that so far the game doesn't look really new per se. I mean, yeah, the graphics are kind of improved, and some characters are gonna have like new costumes, but it's still pretty much Dead or Alive 6 that you've already seen and played. And then when they first announced it, because I don't know if you remember, in Dead or Alive 6, they had Mai Shiranui and Kula Diamond as guest stars, from SNK, of course. So when the game, when they made the first announcement trailer, it looks like there was not going to have, Mai and Kula were not going to be in it because, the whatever. So now they announced that they are coming back as DLC because you got to pay for a license again. So you got to rebuy Mai and Kula for the game. And they're gonna improve the backgrounds with a new lighting system called the Oboro system. And they're promising, we don't know yet, they're promising new characters and more DLC coming soon. But the hard part is that, there's nothing yet, and
And honestly, if I were a consumer, I wouldn't invest in it until I know for sure what's going to be there before I want to like put money down to rebuy something that I already have.
yeah, because the thing is, you still gotta pay $40 for a whole new game. I still have the original Dead or Alive 6, and you can also download all the PS4 games into your PS5. So technically speaking, I already have the new Dead or Alive 6. So just getting the new costumes is not enough. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait until you see an official trailer of new fighter, new character, then we'll buy the game. But now it's not worth it, man. It's only worth it if you didn't buy the original Dead or Alive 6, but we already have it.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, now we're gonna go into Mortal Kombat 2, movie that was just released here, 2026, just last week, right?
What was it? Oh, the first
No, the second one.
Friday.
Oh.
The first Friday of May.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just released pretty recently.
Mhm.
And yeah, just real quick, we already have our review and stuff, so we're gonna focus more on your side, Johnny. The first question for you though is, have you seen the first movie though, or do you remember the first movie, give or take?
I remember pieces of it here and there because I was watching it during air flights.
Oh.
Oh.
That was my first introduction to the updated version of the Mortal Kombat movie, not the old 90s one. 90s? Was it the 90s?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
1995.
was the 90s, right?
Yeah, 95.
But the newer Mortal Kombat reboots, I saw it in the air flight.
What do you think of it?
The first one?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was kind of average. And then
Now-
that new character that was in the movie that was kind of like a time waster. I forgot his name.
Well,
You forgot the name of the main character. I don't
Well,
blame you.
he's important. I mean, he's not in the game, so why should I care? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way about it.
Yeah, you're not the only one. You're
Yeah.
not the only one.
Reminds me of the Resident Evil movie where they had I forgot the main made-up character design system. in the game.
Alice.
Yeah.
Alice.
It gives me that same vibe. But yeah, I don't remember too much about the movie, but it was okay-ish. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like the greatest movie in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I still like the original 90s Mortal Kombat movie, as cheesy as it is in certain aspects.
Yeah.
It works for what it was.
Oh my goodness, Mortal Kombat 2. This is what I like about Mortal Kombat 2, because you don't really need to watch the first movie to enjoy this movie. Like, the storytelling is really good. Katana, and she looks so lethal with her fans. Like just seeing how those fans can really slice and dice people up here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real lethal weapon. But I actually
Check out these cool cups we also got at the theater.
Oh wow, cool. Johnny Cage, Katana. Damn, I don't think my theater didn't have it, or I don't know. I was in a rush because I got there super like at the time that okay, get the tickets, get in. I didn't really have time to be like checking out. They sell certain merchandise or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know if the Galaxy Theater does that anyways, to be honest.
Yeah. So yeah, so what are your thoughts? We're going more in your case because your thoughts on the Mortal Kombat 2 movie and everything.
That question, since you said you remember bits and pieces of the first one, do you remember the whole Arcana thing?
No, not really.
Yeah, because they were talking about you have the powers, you have the Arcana tattoo or something, or birthmark, or no, yeah, tattoo, birthmark thing.
Yeah, and nobody liked that because that's just weird made up bullshit for the movie. I mean, the games never had no Arcana tattoos, so that was you notice that in the second movie
They went
didn't mention it at all.
They made no mention of Arcanas or the tattoo, or you're chosen if you have the tattoo. Like Cole was chosen because he had the tattoo, and
They didn't show the tattoos.
no, they didn't.
And then
First thing I noticed the first thing I noticed about Mortal Kombat 2 is that I was thinking, okay, this is a good sequel because this is like way better than part one. Because part one, I don't remember too much of it, but the movie just seemed kind of murky here and there. There's a lot of I don't know. It's just seemed kind of like all over the place. Like this movie, everything looks more based on the game itself.
Yeah.
Storytelling's very good. The actors look good. The fighting scenes look good, and it's extremely gory. It was more gory than I thought it would actually be for some reason. I thought it was not going to be like that, but it ended up to be really, really gory in some scenes, really graphic.
Yeah, but the newer games are kind of like that though.
Yeah. And to be
Yeah, it's kind
fair,
of like
I was gonna say to be
even
fair,
near the
unlike in the
beginning.
90s, the biggest audience were the kids at the time. We were all, you were so younger then. If they want us to see the movie, it has to be a rating that they could take most children to. We would have been 13 and 14 and like that at the time. So they had to have a PG-13 rating so that we could see it. But now that most of the kids, people who were kids then, they're like maybe 40s, 50s, 30s now. They can see an R-rated movie so they can have the violence
Yeah,
and all the gore.
that's pretty
So yeah,
cool.
this movie definitely passes the R rating. It really is rated R for the violence.
Yeah. So I think
But
of
even then, it was so manageable. It wasn't like it wasn't. I mean, it's graphic, it's grotesque, especially in a theater when you're eating your popcorn and you're drinking your sodas and you're eating your snacks and you're seeing all that blood and people heads getting chopped off and you know that kind of sort of scenario. The knives getting all the way inside the person's neck and
Mm.
yeah, some of the scenes were kind of like ugh. But it was so manageable. It wasn't too bad either.
Mm. Now, what do you think of Johnny
It was
Cage?
gory, but it was kind of like, huh?
What do you think of Johnny Cage?
Johnny Cage, the actor that acted as Johnny Cage, he seemed older than I expected him to be.
Mm.
Because in the Mortal Kombat, at least in the Mortal Kombat One, the actual, the actual fighting game, not the movie, the actor looked young. The first Mortal Kombat movie, Johnny Cage actor looked young, and then here he looks a little bit older, like I don't want to say his age, like maybe
50s,
40.
but more like 50s. But to be fair,
It makes sense because the story is about him being like a has-been actor struggling. He was in the actors convention and everybody's like, who
no,
cares about Johnny Cage? Everybody's all the women are screaming at some what other popular actor of the time. It's like Johnny Cage is like Johnny who?
during that scene, it's like Virgil, You just feel
Mm.
sorry for him.
That's the first thing I was thinking of when he was getting passed around in the convention center, right? In the convention movie con or whatever it was. I was thinking, oh, that's so like virtual right there.
I'm sorry, just the first thing popped in my mind too.
Yeah, I think Johnny was there in person when Virgil was there, so we
Oh
got to
yeah.
see that no one really wanted to. Yeah, we got to meet him in person, sort of meet him in person. Because the thing is, if you get too close to his booth, he tries to get some money out of you. He tries to talk you into it, and
That's
he
a
always talks
harass.
about something about that the Madison Square Garden owes him money or whatever. He always tells you that
What's
story.
second embarrassment?
Yeah. But yeah, that was a big difference because in the original games, it took place when Johnny Cage was still like an active actor.
Yeah.
And I guess I want to kind of do that because in the first movie was actually in the 90s, and now the 90s it's in the past. This movie kind of makes it sound like Johnny Cage is a thing of the past in the 90s from the videotape era and stuff like that. And the guy's like, dude, we should have like a remake. Oh, no one wants a remake of Johnny Cage in this year. That's like in the 90s, man. So it kind of goes into that
And
too.
it's funny because when they show the old scenes of his old films from the 90s or whatever,
Hmm.
it looks so cheesy. But let's be honest, the movies were cheesy as hell in the 90s. The
Hmm.
80s, 90s was very, very cheesy,
Yeah. So Johnny, what do you think
especially
of
when it
some of
pertains to New
the
Line Cinema.
yeah? Oh God, yeah. What do you think of the Oh God, no, that's Turtles 3. But anyways, We don't talk about Turtles 3.
I
But
don't-
anyways, Johnny, what do you think of the video game, some of the video game actual stages? Like we see the pit came out and the Deadpool stage and everything.
Oh, that was the best Deadpool stage, best part of the whole movie.
The whole movie was good from the beginning to the end. And it's like TMI, but I didn't even went not even once to the bathroom. That's how good the movie was.
Yeah, sit there and just wait it out.
Okay, so basically, when I went to watch Mortal Kombat 2, because I didn't really see the trailers. I didn't see anything. I mean, the only reason why I went there is because hey, you guys keep talking about hey, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 2. Okay, so I'm gonna go watch it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't see no trailers. I don't know if the movie really had much promotion to begin with compared to Street Fighter movie that's upcoming. That one does have somewhat some promotion here and there, but in terms of Mortal Kombat 2, as far as I'm concerned, I didn't really see much ads about it. I didn't see much promotion about it. It's like, yes, they announced it that it's going to be in the theaters, but it's still kind of like, oh, there's Mortal Kombat 2. Okay, cool. Like there's more, but it's like I didn't really knew much about it that they were releasing the movie, and so I went in to watch the movie with very low expectations. So once I
Same here.
actually watched the movie and see how good the delivery turned out to be and how cinematic the whole film looks, the storytelling is very good. The characters mostly look like the characters from the game, which is a big plus because let's be honest, most video game movies characters always look horrible.
Yeah.
You know, but Mortal Kombat, like they pulled it off. Like you could tell, like okay, this is Katana. Okay, maybe that Sub-Zero. Yeah, it was Sub-Zero, right, in the movie? Or was it
Which,
Scorpion?
which,
This
you mean,
one.
oh, yeah, Scorpion and Hell. Yeah, because he looks more like his human self in that point.
Okay, so maybe they kind of look different from the games, or at least compared to the original.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
newer one.
the later games they show more of the human side, and also there's something else that Johnny mentioned that I was about to say. Oh, about Johnny Cage. Yeah, so like, the older games, he was already young and all of that, but some of the later games because he is older, so he's older. He has a daughter, so with Sonya and all that other stuff. So yeah, he is older there. They just went that route. But the only difference is he is still active, an actual active actor in those games, but
Yeah.
he just went the route of has-been actor for the movie. That's all.
Yeah, and another thing is that whole scene with him doing like the shades and puts them on, but he does all
That's from
that's in the game.
the latest
newer
Mortal
ones.
Kombat game.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, oh god, that one scene in the Deadpool when the camera was rotating and they're like that, it looks like the game. It looks like the only thing missing is round one fight in the middle
Yeah.
and everything. So what do you think of that Cole got killed by Shao Kahn early in the movie, and that Cole barely did much in the movie?
He's like Wheeler Yuta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's the fans are happy because he's made up, he's out of the game, now he's finally out of here. Now the movie can focus more on the actual game characters and
Oh yeah. I was like, okay, whatever. Who cares? Like, let's keep going with
Yeah.
the show must go on.
Yep, that was me, pretty much.
the actors, well not the actors, but the other characters didn't care that much either. I mean, it's like okay, everyone came back. Where's Cole? Oh, Cole didn't come back. Oh well, they just keep.
Yes, we have a tournament to focus on. No, like, oh no, this is terrible. What is his family gonna think or nothing? I mean, I didn't care for the guy. I didn't care about the guy, but the actors themselves spent time with them. Seemed like it would be appropriate for them to care.
Yeah.
Instead of treating him like some expendable warrior fighting for their Earthrealm that he got dragged into.
Nah, we never liked that fucker anyway. That's what it kind of came off. Oh, another thing, Johnny, what do you think of the fight with Kung Lao and Liu Kang?
Now that was my favorite fight in that
And
whole movie.
the whole time they're fighting, Liu Kang has to keep avoiding the hat because the hat keeps, zigzagging. And it's, of course, a dangerously sharp hat and everything. And
It was really good, but I really liked the final match? But it was Katana versus
Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn. Oh, I love that one. And the fact that she almost died in that match, and her father in her memory saying, "Oh, you cannot give up," and then okay, she did the whole Saint Seiya thing, Saint Seiya, and she's revived, and then she killed him.
Mhm.
Out of town, she's the queen of the town, so they're no longer have to be bootlicking Shao Kahn anymore.
Yeah. What do you think of Kano and his portrayal?
Oh yeah.
Kato, he just looks like a bum.
But here's the thing, he plays the role very well.
Yeah, but like how the Kano in the game looks like kind of like a badass person. And then I remember more like the Kano from the Mortal Kombat movie, the 90s one.
Mm-hmm.
So compare that to this Kano, it's like, damn, what
To
happened?
be fair, remember he got killed in the first one and was brought back to life here, so he didn't even have much time to get a wardrobe change and trim his beard or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes, I think the thing is though, now to think about even in the first movie, okay, he's even 95 Kano looked and came across as more threatening compared to this Kano.
Yeah.
So I can see that, and now that Johnny mentioned it, I can agree with that. Funny though, but I agree with that. Yeah.
But overall, the movie was very good. It was very entertaining. The storyline's very, good. Um, it looks more based on the game, except for that made-up character, Cal,
Mhm.
whatever
That
his name is.
that made up guy. What would you say is like, did you have like any nitpicks with the movie? Like, maybe something you would have changed or you wish, I mean, aside from that guy that nobody cares about, anything that you would have changed or
Um,
added or taken away?
I don't think so. I think the movie's pretty much good, in many aspects. I was pretty satisfied with the movie. Just Cal was kind of like, what the what? But they kind of had no choice in the matter but to still put him there because he was still there in the first movie. So it's a little bit their fault that that happened. But other than that, it's like, yeah, the game's, I mean, the movie does feel like the game. Like that's how good it is.
Well, I'm glad that they didn't have Kentaro in here and ruin him like they did Goro in the first movie.
Hmm. Yeah. Now, one thing I did see, people are saying that due to all the comments and the responses, that they're gonna forget all the Cortana stuff. That's what they didn't mention in this movie, but when they make the sequels and stuff, they're not gonna bring that up ever again and everything. And it was really the most noticeable part is that when Kano was talking with Johnny Cage, and they're fighting and stuff, and Johnny Cage didn't do any of his powers yet, he doesn't know how to do that yet. Kano's still like, hey, do your powers, man, do your powers. Well, what powers? What, you don't got no powers? Like, that would have been the time he would have said something, like, use your Cortana or something.
It's
Arcana. Yeah, Arcana. And,
You don't
yeah.
What's
So
Arcana?
yeah, so they don't mention that at all. So in the sequel, they didn't mention it, and the next movie, because the thing is, that's another thing. This movie made so much money and all that stuff already. They already started filming Mortal Kombat 3. They're working. Well, I don't know about filming, but producing or the plot, whatever. They start working on Mortal Kombat 3 already. So a third sequel is coming,
So
but they're not going to bring up that Cortana stuff anymore.
Arcana.
Arcana. I don't know why I keep saying Cortana, but Arcana. But yeah.
So you're mixing a emblem with a character or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably the third movie probably would deal with a combination of probably Mortal Kombat 4 story, maybe a little bit of Deadly Alliance, and then probably a little bit of Shaolin Monks. That's what I think.
Yeah. Because the thing is, with Kung Lao being corrupted and stuff, they're gonna probably try to focus on bringing him back, his regular self again and everything. And also another thing you may not know, Johnny, because the newer games is that the original Sub-Zero that died in the first game, he comes back as Noob Saibot. If you remember that all black Shadow Ninja, so the movie also copied that.
Mhm.
And the way it did in the movie, he looks like exactly like he does in Mortal Kombat. I think it's like Mortal Kombat 11 or so that he comes out, and he has the little sight thing too. So like they did a very
That's
good
11.
job.
I think that's 11.
Yeah, they did a good job bringing him. Like they did a good job with the actors. You could tell right away who's who and
Yeah.
everything. The only actor I don't really like, and not actor, but just the appearance wise, I don't like the Shang Tsung guy though. I think they could have picked
Oh
someone.
yeah, Shang Tsung.
They could have picked someone that looked more like Shang Tsung.
Like what's the name is Raiden. So
Yeah, but
shit.
at the very least, Raiden has like the hat, and you can kind of tell. But Shang
Yeah.
Tsung, I keep forgetting who's it. Oh, that's Shang Tsung. It's like I don't know.
Yeah, he's a weakling. Shang Tsung. I hate to say it, but Shang Tsung, Raiden, and Liu Kang are the weak links of of this franchise. They should be the main three. They should be the strongest links, but they are the weakest, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is one of the only nitpicks. Is I don't know how I would have done it without changing the movie too much, but Liu Kang is like almost, he's also like another guy. He's just another guy there instead of being like one of the
He's
main
over
characters,
there.
basically. But it's also the consequence of having too many characters because remember, original Mortal Kombat game only had 7 characters,
Yeah.
and the first movie back then, the main good guys were Liu Kang, Sonya, and Johnny. So it's easier to make the movie just about those three, and Raiden's kind of giving advice or whatever and all that. But now we got all these thousands of characters. We got like Kung Lao, we got Kano, we got all the bad guys, we got Katana, like everything all thrown in there. So and Jade as well,
Oh yeah.
and
Right.
Jax, and so we got too many people to juggle around and everything, and it was easier. And that was one of the things too, because Street Fighter already had like what 12 characters off the bat. No, 16 characters because they had the Super Street Fighter already at the time. So at first movie, we had to juggle all those characters or whatever.
Mhm.
Mortal Kombat was just easier because it only had 7 people to work with back then.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
So what they should have done with the movie instead of having Cole in general, they should have followed Mortal Kombat story, the first game story.
Yeah.
Ignoring all the other stuff. Just Mortal Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat story, and just go with that. Not rehash the '95 movie or anything, but make it their own thing. But just follow that because smaller cast and they're already established. Then you bring in the other characters.
Yeah. Now the other thing that people complain also based when the trailers first came out is that in the first movie, of course, Cole's the new character, but Cole's also the person that doesn't know all this Mortal Kombat stuff. So he thought, oh my God, what's this? What's that? Oh my God, what the hell? Oh, that dude does lightning, that kind of junk. And the thing is, then this movie, since Johnny Cage is now surprised, what the hell? They got like, knives and whatever. People were saying, why didn't you just put Johnny Cage in the first movie right off the bat? He's playing the same role of the more ordinary everyman that doesn't know what's going on.
Oh,
So that was the thing. Yeah. But yeah, it was a very good movie. It blows the person out of the water. And the good thing is that you could just pretty much skip the first one. I mean, the only thing that first one had was good Sub-Zero versus Scorpion fight scenes. But other than that, I mean,
and also Kano and Kung Lao's deaths for the first movie if you want to see those.
yeah. But yeah, you can pretty much skip the first one. I think if we ever buy it on Blu-ray or something, I am going to probably skip the first one. But
why would you even bother buying it for Blu-ray?
well, that's still fun. I like actually owning things, not just like on streaming.
No, I'm just saying,
I mean the second one. The second one.
the second
I mean,
one.
I'm gonna skip the first one, just get the second one.
Oh, that's what you mean. Like
Yeah.
I said, why would you even want to own the first one? But
Yeah.
okay, I understand.
Yeah. So any final thoughts on that before we move on, Johnny? Just in general or anything?
I like the movie. I went there with low expectations because I wasn't knowing what to expect. And it exceeded my expectations and more. Like it was a really good, entertaining movie. And you can tell that they put a lot of work into it. They put a lot of dedication into it. And it does feel very solid. It does feel like you are watching a Mortal Kombat movie.
Yep.
There are some
Yeah.
things here and there that could have been improved, like what you guys have said. But for the most part, it does feel like you're watching a Mortal Kombat movie with all its blood and glory.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go just a bit because obviously all we have is just the trailers. But oh God, so what are your expectations of the Street Fighter movie that's coming up?
Okay, that movie. Now that I have watched Mortal Kombat 2 and how I think a video game movie should be adapted into a movie, I'm not sure. I'm not convinced that Street Fighter 2 is gonna pull it off all the way. I mean, the movie still looks good somewhat, but part of it just looks kind of goofy, and I don't know, maybe because Dan's in there, maybe because some of the casting's kind of like they could have picked better actors, I guess. People that are not so controversial. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Um, I don't know. Street Fighter 2, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be bad, but I don't know if it's going to be able to beat Mortal Kombat 2. Because I think Mortal Kombat 2 kind of sets the standard of
Yeah.
how a video game movie slash fighting game movie should be adapted.
Yeah. One thing I'm seeing is that the movie is trying to get to like, I guess they're leaning into the silliness of Street Fighter and stuff, but I don't know, because the thing is, all fighting games got silly, goofy shit in one way or another. No matter how serious the story is, you got people throwing fireballs and crap, And the thing is that, like, in the movie, I don't know, when I see Zangief doing the thing, and it looks very
like, so be in the real world, right?
Yeah.
Grounded in some sort of reality, right?
Yeah, and then
That's supposed to be able to get up and walk away, right?
yeah, and then Ken is doing the dragon punch like fucking 30 feet in the air and all that. And the thing is, like, okay, so in the games they do that, but at the same time, Mortal Kombat, same thing. You got people doing lasers and fireballs and junk like that. But the way in the movie, it takes itself seriously. Like, yeah, Liu Kang was doing lots of fire and he created like these giant fire dragons that come out, but it looks badass. It doesn't look silly or cartoony and whatever. Like somehow they pulled it off with the special moves, but not looking cartoony and goofy. And unfortunately, with Street Fighter, it looks like it's cartoony and goofy. And also, the actors look kind of whatever. They really could have picked a better Ryu. He's one of the main characters, and I'm sorry, the actor just he could
I
have. They
don't
could
like
have
a
picked
lot
a
of the
better Ryu.
actors.
They could
I
have
really
picked
don't
a
like a
better
lot of the
Bison.
actors in Street Fighter.
That's
And I don't want to go too into it, but some of the people, they're like kind of controversial in real life, so I don't want to see them on the big screen. I'm sorry, I just can't see some people.
Mhm.
I just don't want to see that,
Yeah,
and it
and
kind
I
of kind of
still
ruins it a little bit.
also Roman Reigns as Akuma still like
That's still a weird one. Actually, like I said, the whole casting is
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes
So-
as because
Why?
Cody Rhodes is Guile, right?
huh?
Cody Rhodes is Guile.
Right? So I'm sorry, but that's giving me the 2.0. That's giving me Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile 2.0. You replaced one
Minus
very
the accents.
actor with now a very popular wrestler. So I'm sorry, but I just can't see Guile as Guile. I'm gonna see him as either Van Damme in the original Street Fighter movie, or as Cody Rhodes in this one.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's kind of
But
like
like
I
I
don't know.
said, just
Street Fighter 2 is a
You know,
little too
oh.
all over the place.
it's kind of weird. And the costumes are kind of
It's very
weird.
cartoonish.
Dan is whatever. I don't know why you didn't have Junie, but you're not gonna have Julie in the movie. That's also no.
Wait,
It's around.
what?
You have Julie and Junie, the shadow,
Yeah.
the shadow dog.
The dog, the
Clone.
girl, yeah,
Yeah,
the elf
Julie's
girl.
in there, but Junie's not in there. It's kind of weird having one without the other.
Do we really need any more characters?
No, I know that, but
But it is
that's
kind of weird because it should be a pair.
Yeah.
But problem too, I don't know why the casting I'm stuck on. It's for me. It's Dan. I am so stuck on Dan. And how do you have Dan without Sagat?
Or the movie without Sagat, because like, yeah, I don't know. It's like I just don't know what the hell they're doing. And Bison almost looks like Linkara dressed up as Bison. It does. That looks like Linkara dressed up as Bison, just without the glasses.
Yeah, no comic book.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
no
obviously, Street Fighter movies are gonna. I mean, I think people are still gonna watch it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna watch it. I mean, you
Yeah,
guys should
we're gonna
watch
try
it.
to do a podcast on that.
Out
too.
of curiosity,
But-
I mean,
And I'm pretty sure the movie will still be entertaining.
Pay for the
It'll
wrong
still have
reasons.
it's just I don't know if the movie's gonna be as good as Mortal Kombat 2 though.
I don't think
No.
it will be. I don't think it can be. I mean, just by the way the trailer is, unless they do a whole like, what do you like?
Yeah, you know they're not gonna.
You never know because look, like we said about Ugly Sonic, like, Sonic's ugly. Then he redesigned him and he looks better. So
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah, but the other thing is, so Street Fighter's not going to come out till October, so it's kind of a good thing they're doing that because I'm sorry if it came out like now, not even the same weekend, maybe not even like the next week or so, Mortal Kombat would wipe the floor with that shit because it's just
It's sort of like how Jurassic Park in 1993 killed practically everything that came out that summer, including Baby's Day Out.
oh god. Oh, and apparently right now the Mandalorian movie is kind of whooping Mortal Kombat's ass though.
It's been like 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, but yeah, so that is one of the advantages that the movies come out in October because if it came out now, it would have
It would get nothing. It would get nothing. It would be like Red One, It would get like
yeah.
no one in the theater for that.
Yeah, it's just once, and the thing is, and they're both about tournaments this time. This one actually is going to be about a tournament. So you got two movies about fighting game tournaments with fireballs and stuff. The Mortal Kombat one's just gonna, like I said, it's just played better.
Capcom, I don't know what Capcom was thinking or agreeing to this. I mean, sorry, can we just get a movie like that? Like what was it, the Street
Assassin's Fist.
Yeah. Seriously, that's what a Street Fighter movie should be. That was perfect in my opinion. I mean, setting things up. You probably have Dan show up every, he
Yeah.
toss Dan in there because I saw his name played and all that. And he get all that. I mean, why can't we get a Street Fighter movie like that?
Yeah, yeah. Johnny, have you ever seen on YouTube? It's free. It's called Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. It was like a fan series, but it got edited together like a movie. So it's gonna be pretty long. It's like 2 or 3 hours long because it's like a series that was put together. But the thing is, so it's more about like Ryu and Ken, their youth and hanging together and training and stuff. But it also deals with Akuma and how Akuma got corrupted until the Akuma that we know now. So you do see him look like a normal person and looking more and more corrupt and more demonic until he turns into the Akuma that we know today and all that kind of stuff. And it's very well done, very well acted and everything. Lots of good martial arts. And Capcom was so impressed that they gave him like the budget to finish the movie and everything.
Yeah,
So it's pretty good.
Yeah, so everything is pretty much taking place is like pre Street Fighter One.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the movie, they're getting ready to do the Street Fighter One tournament.
yeah. So that one kind of gives an example how it can be done. The only thing is that, of course, it's like I said, it's like 3 or so hours or even more because it is like a series all crammed into a movie and everything.
Well, I guess you can condense it down a bit, but yeah, like I said, that proves that it can be done.
Yeah, they can be taken seriously.
Yeah, and even though they did do their fireballs and dragon punches, it was more grounded with how
Yeah.
it was done
So
and
it's
how
flying
the
30 feet
training.
into the air.
Yeah, and how they did the training and how it made it easier for them. I mean, how it led to them doing those moves. With all the huddle and all that stuff, because that's
Mhm.
part of the lore.
Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I didn't think about that till now, but yeah, the Street Fighter movie is going to benefit from being so. That's the thing. The Mortal Kombat movie is going to be kind of forgotten by October. You know what I mean? Because so many months have passed, other
Mhm.
movies and stuff like that.
I mean, I'm still gonna
So
watch the Street Fighter movie, of course,
Yeah.
but I'm just I don't know, my expectations are not gonna be that as high as. Well, you never know. I mean, I might still be a good movie once you
but I
watch
mean,
it.
you
You
still
know,
be entertained and everything.
You'll still
I'm
be
sure.
entertained.
It's just gonna be probably more of the kind of. I just hope it doesn't turn out to be the type of movie we're gonna be spending more of our time riffing on, as opposed to just sitting there and enjoying it. Because, like I said, I went in with more like Johnny. I went to Mortal Kombat 2 with no expectations because of the first one. Because the first one was so disappointing to me, and I only wanted to watch the second one. Saying, well, they're getting Johnny Cage character in there, and I'm curious how it's going to play out. No expectations. It exceeded my expectations. It was already at zero,
Mhm.
And like the Street Fighter movie is already. My problem is I would keep comparing it to that Assassin's Fist movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that Assassin's Fist project.
I keep
And-
comparing this Street Fighter
Yeah.
movie with the original, with the Raul Julia version of the Street Fighter,
Yeah, Assassin's Fist is better
the
than
Van
that too.
Damme Street Fighter movie.
And yeah, and the animated Street Fighter movie, yeah, like that too. And that's another problem. If we didn't have that probably would be,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I mean, it's like in a certain way, they're making it more like the game and stuff. You even got like the breaking the car and all that kind of stuff. But it's just, I don't know. I mean, there has to be some way to do it because
Yeah.
even
I feel like
Assassin's
they
Fist
took
didn't
so
go through the tournament,
long.
But
They took so long to hyping up this whole Street Fighter movie that by the time the trailer came out, I'm like, damn, this is it? This is why we were waiting so long for this? Like all this anticipation just for that? Like, I don't know.
Well, at least it has one thing going for it. It's supposed to take place in the 90s.
yeah, I guess. I mean, MTV still existed because it made like Ken an MTV star, like a wannabe jackass or whatever,
Yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that is in the 90s. But
Yeah,
yeah.
there is much more you can say about this. That is just weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Capcom was smoking, so goes
Smoking
I
a
again.
think
whole lot of something.
I think the biggest problem is it's just the actors. Some of the actors, it's just they're not just convincing enough. Like
Yeah, like I said, you got Ugly Ryu and you got Chun.
You got Gigolo Dame.
Yeah, Gigolo Dan. You got Chun-Li wearing a Party City costume instead of a more accurate costume, and then you got Linkara Bison. I'm sorry, it just looks like when I saw like the trailer and he finally appeared, I'm like, oh my god, that's Bison. Like,
Well,
yeah,
for him it
I
was a
don't.
Wednesday instead of a Tuesday.
yeah, I think it was a Wednesday. Yeah, he looks more like
He missed the wardrobe.
he looks like it's gonna send you to HR instead of like actually like Shadaloo, powerful and all that stuff. Yeah, all that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
So,
right.
anyways, guys, yeah, we're just kind of repeating ourselves at this point.
Sorry,
But
guys.
we'll see what's going on. We'll try to make a podcast now. Of course, everyone's busy and stuff. Jack Knives does have his review, and I'll put the link below. He has his video game month part 3, and he did review the Mortal Kombat movie. So I'll put the link below. But he's been busy. William's been busy. Everyone's kind of busy, and some of our other people have not had time to see the movie yet. So obviously they can't talk. If they haven't seen the movie yet and everything. But we'll see what happens with Street Fighter. We'll try to do a podcast then and see what's going on. But it is good to hear your thoughts, Johnny, because like I said, we already had our review and everything, our own separate review for the review sanctum. It's cool that get your thoughts on the movie and everything. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, wraps it up for this fighting podcast. It's good to bring it back. We'll see if there's time to do any other down the line. Definitely for the Street Fighter movie, but probably other games or other fighting things and stuff like that.
I guess Street Fighter movie would be a good Halloween movie to watch.
Oh God, yeah. Because the hard part is that we did already talk about like the older Fatal Fury games, the older Street Fighter games, Double Dragon, all that stuff, and that stuff all of us has played. But when it comes to the more modern games, it is a bit difficult to see like if William or Jack or anyone else, Ricky, Rox, if anyone played those games, it's harder to see. While
even with Mortal Kombat 1, I mean, the only person I know that plays it is Kevin.
Oh God, and he's still alive. He can still enjoy that game.
But I'm pretty sure he got it.
Yeah, it's a PS5 exclusive. Well,
I know.
a modern console exclusive game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. He was playing it, or he had it, or I saw him playing it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, nobody really red boxes games anymore, so he has just like bought it.
No, I mean I can remember if he was the one, if he actually had it. That's all, just in general. But I remember seeing him playing, before he turned that whole room into
Yeah, and that's why, for example, if we do like a podcast on like Fear Free 1, and most people already saw it, but if it's like Fear Free, the new one, the City of the Wolves, not many of us have played it, to have like enough people to do a podcast about. So it is difficult, the newer games, but we'll still try to go into some of the older ones. Maybe we'll do like a King of Fighters one or stuff like that. We'll see, yeah, things like that.
And I'll just sit here and just let y'all talk about Samurai Showdown, because y'all play all those fighting games of the day.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, it's been a fighting podcast. Good to be back with this one. We'll see what we can do. This is Mark Rodriguez signing off.
And this is Ninja Juvios on Juvi-chan. Call me Wendy. And I turn this over to the one, the only, the man of the hour, the man of the power, the man with the AEW hat.
Johnny Rodriguez.
Right. See you next time.
Katana will slice you if you try to take over Ardania.
Mm-hmm.
Mortal Kombat.